Go for it.
Hello, we are live. Okay, so welcome to this kind of impromptu, rescheduled time zone glitch talking circle. So I'm in Mexico and the time zones on my computer and on my laptop and on my Facebook all messed up. So I thought it was now, but some people thought it was later. Usually we meet on Mondays, so it's all mixed up. So if you're watching this on the replay, don't worry, it's okay. We forgive you because we kind of put you in that situation. But before I tell you what we're talking about today, I gotta show you the view. Check it! What? Okay, how awesome is that? I love it. I'm a beach junkie. And I live in Canada, so I don't live near really any beaches or get to go to any beaches. But I know that my soul and my heart belongs at the beach. So welcome, ladies, and it is April 1st. We have already had our first round of April Fool's jokes. Ha, 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 ha. Angel was supposedly pregnant. Lisa B was leaving Costa Rica. I'm like, this can't be, what's going on today? I totally blanked out on the April Fools. So I hope that you are all not getting fooled today. But we have lots of awesome stuff that we've been putting together for April to change it up a little bit. So last March, we did the Instagram madness, and we were all focused on our Instagram. We were putting out cool graphics. We were growing our followers. We had our elite workshop. If you're part of the elite, you got to learn some amazing things from our elite trainers on Instagram. So this month, I want to shift focus and bring it back to the big blue, Facebook. All right, so Facebook is seriously, I think I was looking at some statistics of Snapchat's IPO and all this stuff with all the changes that Facebook is making, and they are like the dominator. They're just seriously the dominator. So we have to position ourselves to be on Facebook, to be comfortable with Facebook. And with Facebook Live, that is the way that everyone is shifting. That is this movement to live. It's like a reality TV obsession, right? We want to see live. We want to be in people's life. We want to be in their home. We want to be in their mess sometimes and see that they're real. So what we've put together, the women have put together, is our Facebook Live challenge. So with this Facebook Live, we're going to give you a topic every day, Monday through Friday. We're going to give you a topic to go live about so that you don't have to think about it. All you have to do is press live. And hats off to Joan for doing her first Facebook Live. Woo, woo, woo. We're going to talk about that because I want you to share your experiences, because I know that you were really nervous about it, and just getting it done, having that that marker, okay, I did it. I have done a Facebook Live. There's something powerful in it. So I want to talk to you ladies about some of the anxieties, some of the fears that you might have. First of all, let's just by a show of hands, who has done a Facebook Live already? So Kai, you're the only one? Oh, no,
I have done it. I did it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'm sure there's going to be some ladies out there that haven't done one yet. And the thought of doing one is pretty freaky. I know Denise has done one, so her hand would be raised. So I want to just give you guys a little bit of insight here and open up this conversation so that we can talk about some of the fears, some of the issues that you may run into when you take on this Facebook Live challenge. So first of all, let me go to my screen because I got some stuff I want to show you before we open up the circle and hear from everybody. Where am I? Okay, so this is something different. Canva. So I was just working on the topics for our Facebook Live challenge. And so the topics are going to be in line with our Daily Connect. If you don't know what our Daily Connect is, it's our Facebook Live every day at 12:30, where different women speakers from the group share on specific topics. So we're keeping it in line with the Daily Connect so that you can plug into the Daily Connect and also kind of practice for your turn to do a Daily Connect. So this is your first week. I'm going to be posting this in our Facebook group. So these threads, these graphics will be in the Facebook group in a specific album for the Facebook Live challenge. So you can always find them. And then you will see Meditation Monday. So we're keeping them the same. Meditation Monday, Techie Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Thoughtful Thursday, and Fulfillment Friday. And then we'll give you the topic and a couple of questions to get your mind going on what you can talk about, how you can position this topic to be from you. Because even though we'll all have the same topic of the day, our Facebook Lives are going to be very different. Our experiences, our knowledge is all going to be very different. So it's going to be really awesome to see all of these different takes on these daily topics. So what's going to happen is you'll see the thread in Facebook. And let me go into the group for a second. I haven't, oh, there's my mom by mistake. Hot mama. Okay, here we are. So you will find the pictures in photos, in albums, right? Because that's how we keep things organized in here. And there will be an album that says Facebook Live Challenge. I haven't made it because I haven't uploaded those graphics yet. But then what I want you to do is I want you to post your replay, right? So if you don't know how to post your replay, I'm going to give you a quick lesson here on how to post your replays. Let's see. Do I have a live? Do I have any? Maybe. I haven't really done any lives from Mexico because the internet has just been so crazy. We just sound like alien monsters or something. So it's like, can't do any Facebook Lives. Okay. Here, let's go to Sophia. Sophia did our Facebook Live, our Daily Connect on Thursday. So here's her live, right? So what she would do is she would take this link. If you can't find the link, you can either share and does it show you that? I don't know. My favorite way to find the replay link is just to click on the date. So if ever you have a post and you're like trying to find the link for that post, I just click on the date or the time and it will populate in a new window here. And then you'll see in here you can grab the link. So here I am. And then I take this link and I'll put it in the thread underneath of this specific graphic so that we can all see everybody's Monday Facebook Lives. We can all support each other.
Layla, there's one other quick way to save the link that you can go back and you can show it really easily. So on her post, go up a little bit so that you have your little menu at the top, the 3 dots up where you would save something. You know how you save a video?
Go back to her.
No, in her video, like, just scroll it so that you can see the top of the screen. No, the other way. Sorry, down.
Top. Down? Up.
I know, I do. Yeah. So yeah, because there's supposed to be the little 3 button.
Click on Sophia's page again. You have to go back to it.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right, exactly. So back to where the video is. Mm-hmm. And then down on the post where the video is. Right. So there should be, see those 3 little dots to the right of her name? Right. Save the video.
Save the video.
Right. Right. And then now it's in your saves. And to get to your saves, it's just also a nice thing to do because maybe you don't want to do it right now and you don't have to search for the video. It's right in your saves. Mm-hmm. And then in your saves, it's kind of the same as what you did. You sort of click on the date or something right in the saves.
And it gives you the link
and it will do
here.
exactly that. Yeah. And it brings it up just how it did before.
Cool. So yeah.
And your saves, if you don't know where your saves are right in that same menu line when you're home. So if you go to home, or if you're on your phone, you slide it, you'll see saves.
Saves. Look at all these saves.
Right. So you just go to your saves, and then when it's there, you'll see like one of those little.
There you go. See? So I can see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. And then see, right. And then and then from there, it's like another little menu and you can definitely.
So this is a quick little tip for all of you anyways on saving. Mm-hmm. On saving your posts, saving your videos so that you can come back to them easily. So if you do Facebook Live, say you're, you save all of your Facebook Lives so that you can come back and reference them and share them, re-bump them up to the top of the news feed. So yeah, so this is basically the process. And then we'll all put it in the same thread so that we can all support and share each other on the same topic of the day. So this is one of our action steps, because our whole theme this month for April is spring into action. We want you to be doing things. We want you to be taking action. It's really easy to jump on workshops, to jump on webinars and learn a bunch of stuff and never actually do it, never actually implement it. Just kind of absorb it and maybe file it for later. So this is going to change. April is all about actually doing stuff. Spring into action. So I want you to understand that this is to get you out of your comfort zone. So does anybody have any initial reservations, other than maybe Wi-Fi issues, about doing a daily Facebook Live or a Monday to Friday Facebook Live or joining the challenge? Nobody's scared? You guys aren't scared? You're brave? You're brave?
No reservations.
No, it makes me nervous.
It makes you nervous?
Yeah, very, very nervous. It's like I get like this minor panic attack right before it goes. So this time,
but
I took
your
notes.
live was so good. Like your live on water was like, I'm like, this girl makes water exciting. She makes me fired up about water.
Blame my mom. She made us drink water as kids. You had an option of water or water. So I chose water. She didn't give us options. Okay. So now I'm used to drinking a lot of water, and being that I have a culinary background, when I was in the food service industry, I promoted water with fruits and vegetables in it. And even the kids, they liked it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't know that if you don't like water, just add something to it. But anyway, I had to write a cheat sheet this time.
Right.
And it kind of cut down on the nervousness. I was nervous at first. And then when I saw Layla pop up there, I was like, okay, this nervousness, I got to kick that out the door because, that's my motivation. But it makes me nervous. And then Nikki messaged me and she was like, girl, you need to smile more. And I was like, oh my God. So now I know what I need to do. I need to continue with my cheat sheets and smile a little more. She said, the Black people have this thing of being angry. It's like, I'm not angry. But anyway, I took that with love, and I'm going to make sure I smile more. Denise is laughing, but Nikki is funny. She's just funny.
So let's dig into that a little bit more, that nervous anxiety. Where do you think that comes from? What is it that you're actually afraid of? What causes that?
I guess it's because I don't do them enough. I think it's because I don't do it enough, and I just need to do it more, because practice makes perfect. And then after 5 minutes, I'm fine. It's just that initial start. It's like, okay, I don't want to mess up. But then when you think about it, with Landon and them say, people want to see you screw up. They want to see you make mistakes. So I had to keep replaying that in my head. Like my papers was about to fly away. Okay, that was a little distraction. Mm-hmm. But after maybe like 5 minutes, I was okay. But it's like that initial start, that 10 minutes before it start. Okay, will my Wi-Fi work? This, that, and the other. And I homeschool from home, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope these kids don't wake up. So all of that craziness play in my head. But I guess I just need to relax and the heck with it. Just do it,
Yeah, for sure. You know what? And I'm going to be totally real. Even for me, and I've done a million lives, I've done a million live streams and broadcasts and webinars, and you just can't even count how many times I have been live on camera. As soon as I have that, my description ready and I see that go live button, there still is that little bit of that breath of, okay, just do it. Just press go live, because you never know what could happen, right? Especially if you're, like you said, like you got kids, or you're out and about, or you're in Mexico, or you just never know. But preparation, like you said, preparation really does help, which is why I've been working with the ladies, with our leadership crew, to create you a cheat sheet. So all of you ladies are going to get access to our Facebook Live cheat sheet. It's going to help you with what to do before, what to do during the Facebook Live, and what to do after the Facebook Live, so that you can have this as a reference of saying, okay, well, did I ask an engaging question? Did I have a compelling title or description to actually get people to join? Did I have a call to action? All of these things that we might not think about because, Facebook Live, we haven't done them. Like Sophia said, we haven't done them over and over and over again. This is going to help you just to keep that process flowing straight, so that you don't have any worries about what to do. Now it's just doing it. You have all the tools there. You have the instructions. You have the play-by-play. You have the topic. And you have all of the support of the Women's Connection around you. Now you just have to do it. So part of our spring into action is the Facebook Live Challenge. I'm really excited to see all of you ladies stretch your comfort zones. And I talked about, I mentioned something about the people that might see you live. And this is something that I run into all the time. Sometimes people, when they do the Daily Connect, they're like, well, can I just do it privately first? And I had one woman, I won't mention any names, but she wanted to do it privately. And I said, okay, you can do it in the Facebook group. So only the women in the Facebook group can see it. And then once she started to do them on her Facebook profile, she started to get amazing feedback from her colleagues at work, from her friends from high school. And now she does Facebook Lives on her own from her personal page. So it's that initial fear that we have of like, oh my gosh, what will they think? What are people going to say? Or, my friend from grade 2 is going to see this video, and my mom and my aunt and all this stuff. But the cool thing about the topics that we have, that we're going to be sharing, is that they really do benefit anyone. Anybody that's watching that wants to learn how to be happier, to live a better life, to be more fulfilled, to be healthier, to overcome challenges. This is all part of the Facebook Live Challenge. And also, it gives people that chance to know you, to really truly get to know you. And in any brand, in anything online, that is the money right there, is when they really feel like they know who you are. Like, you're not just a Facebook profile picture. You're not just an Instagram picture, but you are authentically real. And sometimes your papers fly away. Sometimes you forget what you're going to say. Sometimes your Wi-Fi glitches and you have technical challenges and you make mistakes. But that is part of life. So really, really powerful stuff. Now, I wanted to show you one other thing, and this is for our elite women. So the Facebook challenge, the Facebook Live Challenge, is going to be for everyone, group wide. You don't have to be all free members. We want you to participate. We want you to be pushing yourself, and we will pull you out of your comfort zone. But I do have, for our elite women, who are, I think a lot of you guys on the line are actually elite. So you're going to be meeting with your accountability groups, and we're going to be talking about our weekly hit list. So we wanted to actually, like we said, focus on action, focus on getting it done, right? Like, so there's something powerful about setting an intention of a to-do or a hit list and accomplishing it, right? And then when you have that extra accountability with your accountability leader and your accountability team, and everyone is all participating like a boss to get our weekly hit list done, there's just going to be this energy of movement, of progress. So every week with your accountability group, you're going to set 3 like a boss hit lists. So you're going to have 3 tasks on your like a boss hit list, and whether you get them done or not, there is no judgments. You can carry over to next week. We will not judge you, because that's part of life, right? And we understand that. But understanding that, okay, why didn't I hit that goal? Why didn't I accomplish that task? What can I do next week to make sure that it gets done? Or is it actually something that I want to do? Is it a priority for me? Is that why I didn't do it? Maybe just having that awareness to recognize, okay, these are the 3 things I want to do. If I did them, celebrate. If I didn't, why not? What can I do differently? So that's going to be kind of the focus you guys are going to see in your accountability group. So we won't talk too much about that, because we'll save that for elite when you do meet with your accountability groups. But I do want to talk about your first time. Your first time. Okay, so Joan, let's bring you out here, girl, because I know that you just did your Daily Connect, your first Daily Connect ever with the Women's Connection. I was so bummed that I couldn't get on live, but you know, I was it was awesome to talk to Nikki, because she was so ready to go. She was on fire, and Nikki's awesome. But yeah, tell us a little bit about how you were feeling.
You know, it's funny because I was telling her and I was talking to Nikki about it. I'm like, you know what? Why am I nervous? I'm not nervous. This is a topic that I love, you know. And when I decided to do the Fulfillment Friday, I'm like, going to the gym. You know, that just to me was like, that fulfills me, going to the gym. So it was a perfect thing to do. And I had, you know, we had scheduled to get together, you know, and I'm like, you know what? I said to her right before I went on, I'm like, I got this. I totally got this, you know, because it's a subject that, you know, a topic that I'm passionate about. So all I did was I had, like Sophia, I was like, when I watched her thing on water, she had the cheat sheet. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the cheat sheet too, you know, just to have a little bit of thing of what I want to put. And then when it was coming down to the wire, I mean, like an hour before I did it, and like a half hour, I'm like, okay, 30 minutes going live. And it was like, I was excited. I'm like, okay. And then once I hit, I was like, duh. And I just went. And that's how I find it. If I don't think about it, and I just hit the live button, and I kind of look at my notes, and then I just start talking. And the passion and it just all comes. And I just kept going. And then, you know, I took a few notes watching Sophie, and I'm like, okay, you know, talk to people, welcome people, say hi, you know. And I was just kind of like doing that. And I'm like, instead of being nervous, I just did it. And so people would come on. I was like, hi, how you doing? Hey, you know. And then I went back, and I just commented afterwards, you know. And that it just worked out that way. But yeah, that was a subject that I'm very passionate about. So it just kind of flowed out of me. And it was good. You know, I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I noticed people coming on, and, you know, and I was saying hi, and I'm just kind of like beep bopping around and loving it. I think it was like 15 minutes maybe or so. And, you know, and then after it was over, I talked to Nikki, and she was, oh my God, you did so well. I just did it, because that's for me. If it's just in video or just going live, it's just, I have to just press a button and do it. I can't think about it. I can't sit there and get all like, no, because I won't do it. I never go back and watch my videos. Never. Because I'm like my worst critic. So I just do it. Whatever flows out there, whatever comes out of my mouth, however I am, it's the way it is, because it's me, you know? And that's what I did. So yeah, it was exciting, but it was also, you know, I just kind of let it go and let it be what it was. And it was fun. So I signed up for another one next month. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, the cool thing about Facebook Lives is that it's conversational. So if you get out of that anxiety mode and you're actually just present in your Facebook Live, you're actually just present in the comments and the like you said, the topic that you're talking about, it's actually fun. And I know a lot of us, we don't get the chance sometimes to connect with people all the time. We're stuck behind a laptop, or, you know, we're in our busy lives, or we're surrounded by bottles and diapers and babies and all that kind of stuff. So it's like just this chance to actually connect with people, and our human desire to connect is fulfilled there. So the cool thing about the topics that we're going to give you guys for the daily topics for the Facebook Live challenge is that there are questions that you make personal to yourself. So like you said, you know, you pick what you're passionate about. You know, you pick a topic, you pick a description, you pick something that you actually connect with and resonate with, something that's coming from you. So it flows more naturally. So let's talk more about your first time. Lisa, your first time. So when you did your first Facebook Live, what kind of thoughts were you?
I haven't really done that many. I'll be honest, I haven't really done that many. I mean, I really got. So I was always having Wi-Fi trouble in my backyard. It was never working. But I did do it a lot. I tried it a lot, more than I have here. So truth be told, I haven't really been doing them here because when I do them, it drops off. But the most recent one I can remember doing, so I don't remember the first one I did, but I totally do get that anxiety right beforehand. And you kind of have to feel like everything's ready and everything's right. And well, that's my MO, because I'm very perfectionist and everything just has to be very set up and very right. And the lighting and my hair, whatever it is. And so I seem to sort of be better on just like shooting video and then editing it and not doing it live. So I think a little bit of it is a confidence thing. It is a little bit of like not, oh, is anyone going to be interested in what I'm saying? But sort of, what is it? It's like a confidence level maybe of being entertaining or having to be entertaining. Maybe that's it. You know, there's that anxiety about like, well, I've got to put out kind of this show kind of thing, you know,
right, you don't
and my mind goes like, right. And that's why like I will go and stand on the trampoline and be like, here's the monkeys and talk to the monkeys. And that was one of the lives that actually came up because the monkeys were right behind the house one day. And I was like, I got to do it live. Like, this is just so cool. Mm-hmm. And I got so much interaction. And even just literally the other day, someone said in one of my video strands, you're that girl who was doing that video live and the monkeys were there. I can't believe it. That was you, right? And I was like, yeah, that was me. So that was like, wait a minute. Like, I don't even know this girl. And she remembered me doing a video live with monkeys in the backyard. So I guess that puts it into perspective.
Right?
Of,
like that's
like, I guess that's my fear. It's like, well, it has to be like, oh, this amazing thing, you know? So for me, I think I should dive deeper into the realer stuff and not be so like, you know, isn't everything amazing? But just like, you know, let's talk about a subject or let's dive deeper. I think that's a good challenge for me, for sure.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good challenge for a lot of us. And even though I do Facebook Lives all the time, and it's that consistency thing. It's that consistency thing of doing them every day where, you know, even if you only do one a month, you still are rough around the edges. You know, you don't flow like you would if you were doing them every day. And with the cheat sheet, you guys are going to find that by the end of the month, you won't even need to look at it. You'll be like, bum, 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 bum. Oh, I hit all those. You know, I hit everything that I was supposed to hit in my Facebook Live because it just flows because you're doing them consistently. So it's that for me is what I feel like is going to benefit me the best is every single day forcing myself to answer a topic, to be accountable to all of you women and to share our Facebook Live. So that's awesome. Betty Jean. So Betty Jean rocks out our Daily Connect all the time now, but I know that it wasn't easy for her at first, and it was a little bit nerve-wracking. So tell us a little bit about your first time.
Well, the first time was up in North Caribou Lake, and it was exciting. When I got live, I just felt my energy, my enthusiasm, the connection with the audience come alive, and I realized, you know, that is an element that I like more so than the video to do on YouTube. You know, I probably would do 15 takes, not getting past a minute into a video and stop and start. And so I like the live. I guess I like that pressure of going live. Definitely need the cheat sheets. And because I travel, so right now I'm in a hotel room in Thunder Bay and heading back up to Webequie. And I believe that's one of the communities where I tried and it dropped off on me. Lord knows the internet is changing still, and you know, hopefully even in this next 6 months that, you know, things will be upgraded. One community is going to a satellite and instead of waiting for the fiber optic cable. So that's my challenge as you're experiencing in Mexico, Layla, is, you know, not being able to be consistent in doing them regularly, which is only part of the excuse or reality. That's a reality. The other part is, you know, making it part of my life and making that a daily thing. I like the idea of having something to talk to, you know, and motivate me that way. So I have signed up for a few come April because I get home on the 7th, and then I'm only home for 1 week and 1 week only, and I fly to British Columbia for 2 weeks to be with my grandchildren over Easter. So
Now you know why we call her the flying nurse or traveling nurse. She's all over the place.
I got to make sacred 7-pine needle ointment this week down in Sudbury because I took a little jaunt down there for 3 days this week, which sort of put me out of commission, unfortunately, but it was so wonderful. So I got more to share on. So I love Facebook Lives. It's a commitment. It's a habit that I need to get more into.
And I've actually seen like comments and feedback on your Facebook Lives later, getting a lot of engagement on your replays and connecting with some people. Like I think I saw some people connect with you that you hadn't connected with in a while that watched your videos. And what's that like?
Well, it's interesting that you're right, that they've seen that. And so that is something, again, I need to pay attention to, is to go back to them and look at those comments. And so that's what, in your gentle way, you're reminding me right here, is check the replays. You're so sweet that way. To go back and check on all of that, to follow up, because the follow-up is really so much of this whole thing that we're doing here. So
the cheat sheet will help you with that, because there's a whole list of things that you can do after the broadcast to go and engage and boost that engagement, because those things do matter. Definitely replying to comments, how many comments you have, and just really making those people that were there live feel like you appreciated them being there. And one person that I know that does that really well is Denise. Denise is always on the follow-up. Always on the follow-up frenzy. Like, it's like, that is her game. That's the whole reason that she does a Facebook Live, is so she can follow up. So Denise, tell us a little bit about your Facebook Live journey, because it has evolved for sure, because you do them pretty frequently now.
Can I just finish up with the one thing?
Oh yeah, for sure, Betty G.
Lives on our personal page now and not our fan page. Like, are you doing it on your fan page?
I would do it on my fan page, just because the power of leveraging it later, the power of boosting it. So say you could, if you have a really awesome Facebook Live and you're like, man, I just crushed that one. I got tons of comments, tons of engagement. I want to throw $15 to boost that video and show it to all the women in, Canada above 50 who, or whatever. You can get really specific with your Facebook page. So that's why I recommend doing your Facebook Lives on your fan page. You will find though that it's just naturally you don't get as many viewers as your personal profile, because your personal profile, people have been connected with you there forever. It's all the people your whole friends and family, and there's just that element of they already know you, right? And a lot of times we're building up our fan pages, we're building up our audience on our fan page. So there's the pros and the cons. I do both, depending. Usually I try and keep business, sort of business stuff more on the fan page. If it's something more personal, like, I'm walking down the beach and, I got the kids and sandcastles and stuff like that, I might do that for my personal profile. That just depends. But if it's something that I know I'm going to want to market later, something that I know I'm going to want to boost, then I do it on my fan page. Awesome. So yeah, Denise, come on out here. You do Facebook Lives from both, don't you? I've seen you do them from both.
Yeah, I actually started doing not the last Daily Connect, but the one before that I did in my fan page. And the reason I haven't done fan page, just like you said, I don't get that much engagement or no one shows up. And that's the reason. So I guess there's ups and downs from it, is because I haven't really built my fan page that much. But yeah, I started to do it, or then I'll share it to my fan page. So I don't know if that even has any credibility to it still. But I always share everything to my fan page. But yeah, I've been doing Facebook Lives for a while, and it's funny how Layla says I do them all the time. I didn't really realize I did them that much until one of my mentors gave me a shout out, says I always do Facebook Lives, and I was like, oh, I guess I do. So yeah, but when I started Facebook Lives, I actually started doing them with my daughter. because I was so uncomfortable just people just looking at me. So I would always be like, look at her. And she was just like a natural. So I started off doing them with her and just kind of like messing with it. And then afterwards, I just kind of, just like Layla said, I got more comfortable with what I'm going to talk about. So I would always have a cheat sheet and like kind of do the, learn, do, teach type of method where I'll learn something and I'll teach it. So it's kind of like those are my type of Facebook Lives that I try to do. Where I'm always going to teach you something. So I feel like my audience automatically already knows that if I'm going to do a Facebook Live, it's because I'm going to teach something for the most part. So yeah, that's kind of like my Facebook Lives that I normally do. That's why I'm always so comfortable to do Techie Tuesday because I got in the habit of always trying to teach something. But I know I have to go into different topics now, so that way a little more diverse. But yeah, so it's been a cool journey. And I mean, like Layla said, I do a lot of follow-up on my Facebook Lives just because I always, try to let everybody know, like, I appreciate everybody that comes in, even in my replays, and just takes time and looks at my replay. So I always acknowledge people that way. And I'll always reply to their comments and thank them for stopping by. Even if I don't do it right away, I always at least like all the comments and come back and reply. And I feel like people, appreciate that and feel like, okay, you're real. So yeah, it's been a cool journey. And I like Facebook Lives. I still get nervous though, but I feel like if I have like a little cheat sheet and the more I do them, I feel a little bit more confident. So I feel like the fears will always kind of be there no matter how many times you do it. But afterwards, when you start talking, just like I believe Joan said, that then you feel like you're at the flow. So it's been cool. I like it. So I'm excited for the challenge.
Yeah, that will push you out of your Techie Tuesday comfort zone. And the interesting thing, because I know that you always want to teach something, and we always think that when we teach something, it has to be technical, or it has to be like marketing or business or something like that. When a lot of the topics, as you guys will see when I post the topics, I'm going to do that right after this meeting. So you guys will see our first 5 topics for the first week so that you can get them all ahead of time. And you'll see that the questions, the way you answer the questions, you really are actually teaching something. Let me pull them up here. I think the one topic that I really liked, let me pull it up. Remind myself. Okay, so this is the first one. So Meditation Monday. So every Monday we talk about meditation. We talk about meditation all the time in the Women's Connection, and the power of quieting your mind and really connecting your mind, body, and spirit on that level. But the topic for Meditation Monday, for the first one, is to share your first time experience with meditation. So you would think, normally you would be like, okay, well, this is just me telling a story, right? This is just me talking about myself. How am I actually teaching someone by telling them about my first time meditating? Well, we give you some questions to kind of position that in your mind, to say, what have you learned since that first time that you meditated? What challenges did you face that first time that you meditated? And what lessons can you share that can help other newbies that are just starting meditation or maybe have never meditated before? So this is a way where we can take something that's not technical. We're not really teaching them anything marketing or any tools or any software or anything like that, but we're teaching them something valuable that's impacted our life through our own self-experience, through our own lessons, through our own mistakes, through our own challenges. So that's the cool thing about this challenge, and that's why I'm excited to see the variation happen within the topics, because I think it's going to be really, really fun to do. Now, I got to go over to our pink house coat lady, because she's all about keeping it real in the pink house coat. And you don't have to, like, you guys see the Facebook Lives where people have like the professional lights and they have their glitter backdrop and they look all like they're okay. Those ones are cool, I'll admit, like, yeah, but there's something raw, something real, something powerful about a pink house coat, a mom making it happen, and sharing her value that way. And so I don't want you to get intimidated when you see these people with their professional looking Facebook Lives, that this is how you have to do it. So Angel, tell us how you broke through that fear and just did it anyways, even in the pink house coat.
Yeah, well, very interesting because my first Facebook Live, I remember, I'm like, okay, this Facebook Live is going already. Let me try this. But then the very first one is we went to attend an event one time at the Parliament Hill. And I'm like, okay, let's do a Facebook Live. But then I freak out and I just took the show without talking or showing myself in there. So my friends were like, where are you there? You didn't even say anything in that video. I said, I freak out. I don't know. But then, so that was the very first one, which is so funny after watching it. And my husband's like, there's no voice, no nothing at all who's taking that video. So after that, with the second one, which is me, and I think it's with our 21-day video challenge, I'm like, okay, talking about stepping out of comfort zone, might as well do it also in Facebook Live. And I remember doing it outside of our house because it was so nice, such a great weather that day. And I said, okay, let me do it outside. It was cold though, so I was shaking. I know part of the shaking is because I'm so nervous with the topic that I'm going to talk about, and being on Facebook Live first time with my face on it. I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Okay, let's not pass out with the nervousness I'm feeling right now. And it turned out after first few minutes of that shaking, I felt good, especially after seeing some people pop up on that Facebook Live that, oh my God, okay, so I guess I'm doing something right in here. And that Facebook Live turned out to be, I think, about 11 to 12 minutes. So after that first one, I realized, okay, it's not so bad to be doing Facebook Live, especially if you're sharing something of value to your community. And so on the second one, third one, I was able to do this. Pretty much, I have the confidence already. But then with the cheat sheet, I love it because it takes the guesswork from doing these things. Okay, what topic I'm going to talk about? What are the things that I'm going to do again to promote this, that type of stuff. And in terms of doing Facebook Lives in my house code, I want to show people that you can, as a home-based entrepreneur or a mompreneur, that you can do this, whatever you're wearing, whatever is happening in your life right now, and to show them that this is what life is about. And what you mentioned, Leila, about those professional women with all these backdrops and everything. It's like, I tried that before. It didn't work because it's not me. It came across as hypocrite, or I'm not being real. Like, forget that. I'm not that person who wears blazers or coats because in the first place, I don't want to be in the office anyway. So
that's why we started our home business, isn't it?
Exactly. Wearing those blazers or whatever that is to look really
our power suits
in the office, or look like a lawyer. I'm like, I don't really want those, right? So that's why I ended up changing my pictures and everything. And okay, this is really me. So doing it in house coats or house clothes, not even makeup. I don't do any makeups at all. And my very first time doing a video, I think I took, 20 takes because I don't like how I sound or look like in the video. And my husband's like, just freaking do it. I wasted all day long just because I don't like how I look like in the video. So from that time on, I learned that not to watch my replays, because when I watch my replays, I'll see it's in everything that I can criticize about myself. And when you criticize yourself, it's because you're comparing yourself to somebody else. When you stop criticizing about yourself and comparing yourself to others, then the criticism goes away. The judgment goes away, because you will never be the same as that other person. You will never be like Leila or like me or like Lisa. So just be yourself and show people that, hey, she's doing this, rocking it in house coat or whatever that is, messy hair, whatever, and still able to do the business in that way. And what's very interesting is, ever since I started my Facebook Live and doing it in my house coat or no makeup or messy hair, whatever, I get my coaching clients through those. My coaching clients will come to me and say, I want to be coached by you because you come across to me as a real person, that you're showing me that I can do this even though maybe I'm doing dishes and I just stop doing the dishes and I'll just cut this video. And this is what's going on being a mompreneur, working from home. And a lot of times that is the comment that I'm getting. And so most of my coaching clients, because of what they're seeing with my Facebook Live, is because of that I come across as a real person, and no hypocrisy, no pretension. Or I don't know if you've seen that post about Instagram moment and not. So they'll do something about, okay, this is the Instagram moment, and then really the truth behind it is they're lying down in bed, or this is me today, right? But they're halfway is just pajama and they just glam up their face just for the Instagram post. But then I believe about energy, and whatever you're doing, it comes across, even though it's just virtual or we're just doing this on a video call, and people will feel that, and I can feel that. I don't want to do business with someone that comes across as, I don't think it's really you, right? You're hiding something in there. So in Facebook Live, for someone that's new, I think just be real, and the cheat sheet will really be very helpful, because you don't have to guess anymore on, okay, how do I promote this? Or no one will be watching this. I will be alone. There will be crickets in there. But with this challenge, you will have the support of the whole community. That's the beauty of that. And I think that added to my confidence, because every time I see all these ladies, all of you ladies pop up in there, it boosts my confidence. It's like a moral support in there. So that's what I can say about Facebook Live.
Awesome. And you brought up something interesting, and that was the second time I heard it today, is that you don't watch your replays. And I wanted to kind of talk about that, because I think that okay, so going back and watching your replays, like you said, there's this inner critic, like we are our worst critic. Mm-hmm. I want you to go, when you actually watch them, and pinpoint all the things that you did really well. You know, rather than saying, oh, what could I do better? What could I do better? What could I do better? Find out what you did well. So I always watch my replays that get a ton of comments. If I see I did a Facebook Live and it was just blowing up, it was popping, there was lots of people, lots of engagement, I'll watch that replay and I'll say, what did I do well here? Rather than going in with a critical mind saying, what can I do better? What can I improve? Because we're conditioned through school, through everything to look at our life that way. But it can be difficult when you're doing something like a Facebook Live or a video where we are so critical of ourselves. So actually going in and saying, you know, well, what was it that I did well in this one? And just blowing that up. You know, if I did that, if I did more of that, you know, what would my next one be like? So the cheat sheet that you talked about, that's really important, because you can do anybody can do a Facebook Live. You know, I see like my next door neighbor do Facebook Lives. I see all random people do Facebook Lives, and you can tell there's good Facebook Lives and there's not so good Facebook Lives. So there are specific things that you can do during your Facebook Live to, you know, get 40 comments below rather than crickets, rather than none. You know, there are things that you can say. There are, you know, phrases you can use. There are actions you can use that we have given you guys, kind of like the fast track version, so that you don't have to figure it all for yourself and be like, oh man, that one sucked. No, we're going to give you all the stuff that's going to make it rock. So the cheat sheet will really help you to understand those processes of getting people to comment, because it makes a difference. I'm telling you, if somebody sees a replay of a Facebook Live because they missed it live, because a lot of people will miss your Facebook Live, they will watch the replay. You know, you'll see a lot of, you have like 200, 300 views, but you only had 5 people on their live. So that is a whole lot of people that watched your replay, right? So in order to gain those replay viewers, we have to do specific things in our Facebook Live, like engaging in comments. If someone goes to a replay and they see, oh my gosh, there was like 40 comments. What was happening? What went on this Facebook Live? Like, I got to watch this. I got to catch up. Like Sophia's water her water Facebook Live had, I don't know how many comments it had. A lot of comments though. And a lot of it was just that interaction, that engagement in the moment that was happening. But when I look at it, if I wasn't there, if I hadn't seen it and I just looked at that video and I saw, oh man, there's 40 comments there. You know, that must have been something good. I want to check that out. So these are going to be little tips, little tricks that you can implement to actually boost those comments, to engage, and to get that social proof. And then, like Angel said, you have the support of the community where we're all going to be watching your replays. Even if we don't get on there live, we're going to be giving our love. We're going to be giving our hearts. We're going to be tapping it up, you know, and giving you that support so that it creates that social proof around your videos so that they're not just sitting there with collecting dust. People are like, oh man, you know, where did she get all these commenters? You know, how did she get all these people to like her stuff? And it's just the power of the Women's Connection. So Kai, let's talk about your Facebook Live. How was your first time?
Oh my gosh. I think I cried. I think I cried. It was something like I was challenging myself to do it. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It was on my birthday, I think. And it was something that I talked about, something that my daughter had done that like inspired me, and about how, you know, I'm just going to get out of my comfort zone. And then I cried, and so
you like
so emotionally watched it. I totally lost it. Huh?
You like emotionally cried on your Facebook Live, or you cried after?
No, I cried during the live video itself.
Well, that's awesome. That is like a true letting down your barriers, letting down your guard, allowing your emotion to come through. What kind of response did you get from that?
I got a lot of engagement on it. And then after that, I actually did lives for 90 days. But I'm excited about this because I kind of was just talking about whatever is on the top of my mind, you know, in the morning time, because I did 90-day Miracle Morning Challenge, and I was just getting on every day. So I was engaging people, but I kind of had nowhere to go, you know, with it. So I've always kind of like, just like, you know, what Angel said, like just being myself, because I'm not really talking about anything. I'm not really teaching like Denise. So I'm kind of just on there talking, and people are just like, oh, I love the live. I'm like, what am I talking about? I'm not really going anywhere, but it's just getting me out of my comfort zone. So that's why I just enjoyed it for that reason. Like, and I haven't done it as much since I finished the 90-day challenge, and I really miss it. Like, I really miss connecting with people, because like when you get on there and then you see the little eye, it's like somebody is there, and then your energy, it just changes you, because you're like, I'm actually talking to somebody, like somebody's really there listening, you know, and we're having this exchange. So I enjoy it. Like I'm looking forward to, though, really having something that's concrete to follow, like a process, because I'm not very process oriented, so I need to get there.
Awesome. So you're gonna love the cheat sheet, and also the daily topics that kind of keep you in line. And but yeah, 90 days of Facebook Lives. Congrats. Even if you are just talking, it's not easy. It's not easy to do anything for 90 days. So hats off for sure. And I'm sure that now that you have that under your belt, now that you can put a formula, a cheat sheet, a process in place for your Facebook Lives, you already have the confidence that you can talk, right? You already have the confidence that you can have a conversation with that eyeball. But now you actually know how to pull from them, how to actually, deliver something that they're gonna love, that they're gonna be moved by or learn from.
Can I say something that I noticed too?
Yeah.
I wanted to just mention something that I noticed that Kai said that was actually really interesting. I was wondering if you were going to pick it up, but you didn't. So I'm going to mention it. And it's sort of this difference between like a very purposeful Facebook Live and then just a very kind of like whatever Facebook Live. So I just saw you kind of show how you experienced that distinction, like you were driven from that 90-day thing, and then this is going to drive you well. And I agree, like with what I just realized, which is that, it's nice, it's comforting, or whatever the reason is, it's helpful to have this sort of driving force. We're all doing it together. I'm sure your 90-day challenge was with a bunch of people. It's like, it's this kind of like group effort, or wasn't? Oh my God, if it's more power to it. But I know a lot of—
You did it alone?
Holy. You do that. I know, that's amazing. That's even more amazing. But, and then the other thing I was going to say too is that when you do these lives with intention, then the content is just something that you could utilize in maybe on your blog, or, you know, repurposing it in a more intentional way. So that I was really clued into sort of how you noticed that shift. And so that'll be cool. You know,
that's a really good point. And we talk about that in the cheat sheet, is the repurposing of the content afterwards. So if you're just having like a, what's up? Hey, I'm just having coffee, hanging out. Like, that's not going to make for a very impactful blog post or, you know, Facebook post or whatever. They do serve their purpose, because people do like a little coffee chat, or like a little kind of, you know, just hanging out. There's something cool about that. But when you have to mix in that value, everything should be value. Like the mindset that I have always is, whether or not they click a link or they say, you know, I want to join your team, or I want more info, or whether they actually want to buy something from me, I want them to leave that Facebook Live learning something. I want them to leave that video walking away with something that they can implement into their life that will make a difference. Even if we never talked ever again, you know, even if it was just a random stranger on the internet who found my video and we never connected, but that video left them with, you know, something that they could take away. Always value, always value. Sipo, have you, how do you feel about a Facebook Live challenge?
I will admit I have never tried. I've never done it.
Let's pop some cherries. Yoo-hoo!
I have just looked at it and said, no, not this time. So maybe this time is the time.
So why do you think that you haven't done one yet?
I really don't know. I have done like videos, but I don't know why. I just feel, no, it's not the time. I don't want to be live like that and just connect with people like that. So I think this is the time now.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's interesting, because there is a difference. Like Betty Jean was talking about how she actually prefers now being live rather than, you know, cutting a video and posting it to YouTube, because there's just that element of connection and conversation where, you know, it sometimes just flows a lot easier, and we can't hit stop, you know, we don't get to restart. You know, just kind of go with the flow. You got to roll with it, and it pushes us to just roll with it and be present in those conversations, in those connections that we're making. So I think it is your time, Sipo. I think the time is now, for sure. Angela, welcome to the party. How you doing? So we're talking about our new Facebook Live challenge that we're doing this April. April's theme is all about spring into action. We want to get ladies doing things and out there taking action. So we have put together daily topics, a cheat sheet for all the women to go out there and be live. Have you done a Facebook Live yet?
I have not.
Oh, we have another Facebook Live virgin.
I am.
I bet, like I said, I'm sure lots of the ladies that watch this replay haven't done one yet either. So how do you feel about that? How does this idea of going live actually make you feel?
So I joined this because I need to break free. Like, I'm at that point where I have to break free. So I'm terrified, absolutely terrified. But even today, I set myself, I'm going to make a list of what I know that I can teach. I couldn't do it. I couldn't make the list. So I think I'm blocked with, I know a lot. I've been doing this stuff for years, but I haven't been able to put anything out there. So it's a case of having the knowledge and being able to get it out, or what people want. I don't know what to teach.
Interesting. That's an interesting issue and question, and something that'll, you know, I feel like a lot of people would run into that. Like, well, what do I teach? Even people that have been, you know, that have college degrees or have, you know, been successful in so many different areas of their life, they come on a Facebook Live and they're like, well, what am I going to teach people? You know, what do I have to teach people? So the cool thing about the daily topics is that they are positioned in a way that they help you reflect on where you've been, what you've done, and how that transfers into a lesson for someone, how you can actually help someone that's going through that now, that may be dealing with that now. So yeah, very interesting. And we're glad to get you out of your comfort zone there.
Thank you.
Awesome. Let me see. I know.
Vanessa hasn't talked.
Vanessa, I know you've done a Facebook Live, right? I've seen some of your Facebook Lives. Oh, you're muted. One sec. Let me unmute you. There you go.
Yes, I have done Facebook Lives.
So how did you feel? How do you feel the first time that you did one?
The first time I did one, I was scared to death. I was literally scared. I didn't know what I was going to say or anything. I stumbled over my words. It was horrible.
What was your first Facebook Live about? I'm just curious.
I don't really even remember.
It didn't even really?
It was one of the 21-day video challenge, and it was the one where we had to talk about getting out of our comfort zone, I think it was. And I went live with it. I had never been live on Facebook before, and I thought, oh my gosh, what do I talk about? So it was really messed up, I think.
But that's okay, right? That's okay. It's like, it's done. It's done. You did it. So have you done Facebook Live since then?
No.
Okay.
No. I fell off of the wagon there. I couldn't figure out what to say or what to do. It's just like I just been so messed up in the last few weeks with Mom being in hospice and everything. So life's kind of been on the back burner right now. Just trying to be with her. Spend what few days I can with her.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Things like that really put it into perspective on how much of a gift the time that we have here is, right?
That's true.
And it's interesting because I always think like Facebook Lives and any kind of content, anything that I put on the internet, I kind of think of sometimes my kids watching it later, like when they're older. When they're older, going back through Mom's Facebook Lives or going back through Mom's blog and go back through her YouTube channel. And when I'm like 50, 60, 70, 80 years old and they're like, oh man, look at Mom when she used to be so cool with tattoos, you know. I'll still have tattoos, but I'll probably be less cool. I don't know, actually. I think I'd be a pretty cool 80-year-old. But I always think about my mom or my grandma. And I'm like, man, I wish I had like Facebook Lives of them. I wish I had blog posts that they made and videos that they cut and, messages that they shared and stories that they told captured on video. And it's just this other element of social media that always kind of intrigues me and excites me, the fact that I can leave this little bit of legacy, this little bit of me that my kids can learn from later on when they're older, and everybody else can learn from as well. So, okay, so we are ready. The Facebook Live, I had Angela asking where it's going to be, the challenge, the topics will all be in the Facebook group. So in our free Facebook group. So if you're not a member, somehow you saw this video on YouTube or whatever, and you were not plugged into the Women's Connection, it is free. So get inside the Facebook group. In the albums, you will see all of our topics. We'll be releasing them week by week. So you'll get the first week, second week, third week, fourth week, so that you can prepare, right? Because we want to be prepared. We want to plan ahead. And the cheat sheet will be available. It should be done within the next 24 hours. It's just getting prettified. And then you can all have access to that so that you'll know what to do beforehand. You'll be all prepared. You'll know what to do when you go live and what to do afterwards, because there's this whole this whole segment of afterwards that we tend to forget is like, okay, I'm done. And we're just like so relieved that we're finished. We just forget all about it. But really you're leaving so much opportunity to leverage your brand, your face, your story. When I think of Facebook videos or any kind of videos, especially live videos, I feel like it's like really mini Laylas out there, meeting people, shaking hands, making people laugh, making people think, making people cry when I'm, you know, hanging at the beach or whatever I'm doing in my life. So I'm like creating this army of Laylas that are out there meeting people for real. And that's the cool thing about Facebook Lives, that they are real. So a video, I mean, it can be edited, it can be changed, it can be spliced. You don't always know what happened in between the splices. You don't always know what's happening in the background, what the real deal is with a video. But with a Facebook Live, there's no hiding it. You know, it's just you and me, mano a mano. We're having a conversation here. Even if I'm not live, I'm having a conversation with you right now. And that's the power of using these videos later on down the line to leverage as your army force. Awesome. So yeah,
can I just share something really quick?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, right now that you were mentioning about your Facebook Lives and stuff, I remembered I opened a Facebook account for my mom like recently, and I'm like, I think her only friend right now. So she always sees you and Toby. And the other day she goes, oh, you know, Layla was in Florida and this and that. I saw her video. She's like in love with you. And I'm like, wow. Like my mom has no idea, nothing about Facebook or like anything I do. She still doesn't know what I do. And she like feels like she already knows Layla. So that's how powerful Facebook Lives. If you could get my mom into Facebook and like following Layla around all the time, that's how powerful it is.
Where in the world is Layla now? Yeah, that's really interesting. I get lots of people, like their kids, that like they love me, they love Toby and I, they watch all our videos, their moms, their aunts, like it's crazy. And that's the power of, you know, I don't know these people. I don't know your mom. I never met your mom. I'm sure she's awesome, but she has a connection with me. You know, she kind of feels like we've met before, even though we haven't. And that is the power of a Facebook Live. Trip is in the house. What's up? So I don't know if the time zone messed you up too, but we had some time zone glitches. We thought it was an hour early, an hour later. We didn't know where we were in the world. But glad that you made it. We're talking about the Facebook Live challenge that's going live on Monday. So it's only Monday to Friday. So we're giving you the weekends off if you want them off. Or you could say, no, I'm not taking the weekends off. I'm going to create my own topics on the weekends or whatever. We'll leave it to you. But we're giving you the topics Monday to Friday so that the whole process is laid out for you. So your first topic goes live on Monday. And yeah, we're talking about our first time on Facebook Live. Now let's talk about our first time Trip, because she has come a long way on Facebook Lives. But still, even I think I remember like when you first started doing Facebook Lives, I was still, even though you didn't have the structure, even though you didn't get the call to actions, even though, you know, you weren't perfect, it was the energy that you brought. It was yourself that you brought that pulled people in. And I had like friends of mine when I would share your videos out saying, who is that girl you were sharing? Like, you know, I want to be a part of whatever you're doing because of her. I had people join the Women's Connection with me because of her video, her Facebook Lives. So yeah, you got to tell us about your whole Facebook Live journey.
Well, if y'all can't see, I found the best part of the hospital to be in because I'm still at the hospital, but my grandmother is doing great. But the craziest thing is I'm one of those people that talk all the time. I mean, I'm hyped up, MC, what you want me to say? And then later say, we got to start doing Facebook Live. Now, I'm nervous. What are we supposed to talk about? Nobody's going to want to hear what I'm saying. I don't even know what to say. And she said, girl, turn the camera on and be you. Oh, and look at the dot. I said, okay, cool. Inside joke, I know you got to look at the dot, or you don't look at yourself, look up there. But I started doing it, and I just cut the camera on and just let it flow. And at first, I was just going live, and it felt great. The energy was great. People was jumping on, the nerves was going, and I started to embrace those nerves. And when I got off, man, it was like a high. People was messaging me saying, man, that was great. And I said, oh, you were on? You liked it? You tuned in? Then when are you going to do the next one? The craziest thing is when I was just coming out of the hospital room, I said, I got to go jump on something right quick. My nanny grabbed my arm. She said, where you going? You going to do a motivational Monday? Do you need me? I said, hey, that is crazy. It's Saturday, lady. We only do them on Monday through Friday. But the point is, people are watching. And once I got the energy and started riding the wave and the structure and learn to take notes and then learn not to have my head way up in the clouds, get the camera right, be present, be the energy, ride the wave, it started to be amazing. And then I started watching other people's Facebook lives, and it taught me what to do, what not to do. And then if it was interesting and their video caught me all the way to the end, I said, well, I could talk about what they talked about, because it kept me in there. So I started being a student of what I needed to do. I started watching more live.
I think she froze out.
Now I got people saying, hey, can you help me with mine? What'd you think? I'm tuning in. Just like I said, my nanny's in the hospital on Saturday saying, are you going? But it's been amazing. And I appreciate the group for making us do it, because it takes you to a level on everything. You have to learn to explain things. You have to learn to tell people what you need them to do. The craziest thing about Facebook Live is these people will do whatever you tell them to do. Tune in, and they tune in. Give me some love, and they give you some love. Like this page, and they like the page. And before, I didn't know that. They're there to be told something. And when I started telling them, man, I have skyrocket video-wise. Like, I'm starting to do stuff for YouTube, and it's been great. And it's taught me that I do have value. It's taught me that I do have some things that people want to hear. No matter how silly or how minute they are to me, they could be a huge issue going on in somebody's life, and I'm crazy enough to bring it live. And it helps people. It's crazy, because there was one young lady in our group. She was going to do a Fulfillment Friday, and she was like, well, Fulfillment Friday, I am going through a rough time in life. And I said, the craziest thing is, I bet you there's somebody else going through what you're going through. Talk about how you're getting through it. And she was like, nobody wants to hear that. I promise you there are 50 million women going through what you're going through. This was her first Facebook Live. And she talked about how to hold yourself together when you can't hold yourself together, how to hold yourself together when you're falling apart, how to have peace when you're in pieces. And I'm telling you, I was watching it. It was amazing. And I wasn't even pieces, but I could feel her energy. And it just made me, now I jump on everyone she does. This young lady and I, if we pass each other in the grocery store, we wouldn't have anything in common. I would never stop in the aisle and say, hey, you getting potatoes? I'm getting potatoes. But when I watched her video, I was like, dang, she's been through it. I have too. This is dope. Last week she did something about salt. I was like, I like salt. I'm on there. The point is the connection that I have gotten from doing the videos, and the connection I've gotten with other women from watching their videos. The challenge is going to be a beast. I want to see who's going to rise up, because I know I'm bringing my game. I'm bringing my game, even all my tricks. I'm pulling them out. So this is going to be dope. I could talk forever, but this is going to be dope. And this is what it has done for me. It's given me a whole new confidence to ramble.
And now the cool thing is that, you know, you started, and even your rambling is, you know, amazing. And we all love it. We love your rambles. But now having done it for so many weeks, you know, you've been rocking our Motivational Mondays all the time. And, you know, as our project manager for the Daily Connect, you know, you step up when somebody, you know, doesn't show up, or, you know, you're just out there all the time on the live. Now it's like, it's more of like a structured rambling. Don't you feel like you have a little bit more confidence in the flow of the ramble?
Oh, and it's amazing, because although I'm rambling, I've learned that somebody might have just joined my ramble. And I need to pause and let them know what I'm rambling about, so that they'll stay.
There you go.
I have learned that people who don't catch you live come back and watch your ramble. And you need to salute them. So I've learned to say, hold on, for those of you watching the replay, because I know that you are. In my ramble, I've learned to shamelessly solicit without it being a shameless solicit. And it has been so dope. And people still think I'm just rambling. So I have learned to put structure and order to my rambling by doing these.
It's like the secret ninja ramble. The secret for sure.
What I'm rambling.
And you talked about something that I really want to highlight, and that is understanding why you watched a video. Like if you watch a Facebook Live and you watch it right till it says broadcast terminated, you know there was something in that video. There was something that they did, because most people don't do that. Most people will not watch the whole thing. That, you know, we're in an instantaneous scroll through my newsfeed society where getting people's attention for more than 2 seconds is a challenge. So if you're like, hey, that person captured me, that person, like, it's over, I want more. Like, you ask yourself, what did they do? What did they do? And that's something that I found that Nikki does extremely well. She is an observant sponge. She doesn't need to always be told. Some of us, yes, the cheat sheet helps. The cheat sheet just simplifies the process, right? It makes it a lot easier. It's all laid out in front of you. But there are those people that go out there and they're aware of what is grabbing them, what is engaging them. Why did they type a comment in there? What the heck? Why are my thumbs moving right now? What's making my thumbs move? What did they say? What did they say to make me comment? And being aware of those and implementing that into your own business and into your own process. Really powerful stuff. Awesome. Okay, ladies. So the Facebook Live Challenge is going live on Monday. So hopefully everybody gets a chance to watch this replay over the weekend if you weren't here live. But before we go, you know what time it is. Get your hair done. Let me get my backdrop here.
Wait, before we go.
What?
Can I say?
Okay, but just smile first for a second, okay? Okay, what do you want to say?
It's so crazy because the other day, y'all are going to start to see in this Facebook challenge, my mom, her name is Susan Triplett. She has started to be on everybody's, because she thought these were my motivational Mondays. When's your motivational Monday? Every day to her is motivational Monday. So now she jumps on everybody's motivational Monday, Techie Tuesday. So the other day she said to me, so I'm in the Women's Connection, right? No, ma'am. But I watch every day, so why am I not in it? I said, when have you asked for the link?
So she's type in, give me the link.
I've been telling her, you got to stop being a lurker and be a liker. So now the call to action is working because she understands. It's so crazy that my mom is doing this. I just wanted to share that with everybody. It just blew me away.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait for your mom to get inside the Women's Connection.
Oh, I can wait.
All right, ladies. Okay, so it has been awesome. I'm so glad I got to reconnect with all you. I've been missing you. I'm going to be home on Monday, so we'll be back in action. And oh, I almost forgot. I totally almost forgot to let you guys know, not only are we doing a Facebook Live challenge, but in our elite membership, if you're part of our elite members, we are doing an intensive Facebook Live training. So the cheat sheet is great, but we want to actually dive into the cheat sheet, give you specific direction, give you specific training on how to use these Facebook Lives, how to dominate them. So in our elite membership, if you are not an elite member yet, you can upgrade for $1 and come test drive. You can actually get access to our Instagram Madness workshop, like from last month, all for $1. Hello, it's crazy. So yeah, so I forgot to mention that our Facebook or our elite business workshops this month are all targeted to Facebook Lives. So we're going to give you not only the cheat sheet, but we're going to dive deeper into the actual technical aspects, some of these ninja tricks that we're talking about, that we're referencing, that you want to get your hands on. So if you are not a member of the elite yet, make sure you upgrade for $1 in the back office, or connect with one of these awesome ladies and get plugged in. All right, ladies, you're amazing. Thank you so much. And we'll see everybody on your live. Peace. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.